Hey there, you awesome bipeds, quadrupeds, and even the occasional dinosaurs. It is I, Little Wolf, and welcome to my den. Go ahead and come on in, but please wipe your paws before entering, and go ahead and take a seat by the fire. The cauldron is bubbling, so you can have your choice of tea, coffee, or hot chocolate. And oh my lord, can you really believe right now it is December 1st, and it was about a year ago now, or exactly a year ago now, that I started doing regular videos on YouTube. So it's my 1 year anniversary. Well, a little bit past. There are some of you who do know that I did some gaming videos that didn't really go anywhere, and so that's why I started my channel the way it is now. And man, so much has happened since then. I now have over 160 subscribers, and I never thought I would even get that many. I was surprised when I surpassed 100. And you guys are still following me and listening to my stories and listening to me talk about movies or rambling on about any other thing that I feel like talking about. That is just so amazing. I'm so thankful for you guys, and I'm not too sure what I would do without you guys. I mean, other than that, I would be talking with some of my other friends about movies, and they would probably get sick of hearing me talk about them. It's just so amazing how far I've come in just a 1 year short of time. I'm so thankful for you guys following me and just being there with me, either in my Discord with the Wolf's Den, or in my Discord with the Swordsmen, or just jumping in and chatting with me in the YouTube chats while we listen to people discuss whether the earth is flat or not. And oh my lord, it's just so awesome. And oddly enough, I went through my list last night, and for some reason I clicked on my first video and listened to that, and you can definitely see the difference of where I started from to where I am now. And I'm not too sure how many people have actually sat down and watched that one. So I thought, kind of for a treat this year, let's go ahead and revisit where I started from. And it's so fun just going back and looking at my den the way it was then. How empty it was with just me and my cauldron there. And just the fact that I still had the same things going on, you know, asking you to wipe your paws and telling you that you could have your choice of tea, coffee, hot chocolate. And I do slip an innuendo in there in the beginning if you do pay attention. And I thought, yeah, let's go ahead and just kick back for a moment and take a break and visit that again. There are a few things I've added to my videos since then, and that is, of course, the US suicide hotline number for anybody out there who thinks that they're going to hurt themselves, or you know someone who's going to hurt themselves, and you don't feel like talking with friends or family, and you can always call 1-800-273-8255. Once again, that's 1-800-273-8255. And you can text them at 741-741. And there's the International Suicide Organization, which is suicide.org /international-suicide-hotlines.html, in case you ever feel like you're going to really do harm to yourself, or you know someone who will. We would much rather talk with you in the chats and hear about your problems than think that there was something we could have done and we didn't. So please just reach out if you ever feel like you're going to do something. Just talk. We're here to listen, and there are so many great bipeds and quadrupeds and dinosaurs out there that are willing to listen. because we love and care about you guys so much, and I care about you guys so much, and I wouldn't be as far as I am without you. Without you guys listening, I would just be screaming into the ether and wondering why nobody's answering back. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into an oldie but goodie, the original first episode. And I'm not really going to end the episode because I feel it ends itself in such a great way too. Because, if it's not broken, don't fix it. The only thing that is different is probably my sound quality, and maybe sometimes not even that. I love you guys so much, so let's go ahead and sit back and see where it all started from. I love you bipeds, quadrupeds, and even the occasional dinosaurs so much. Alrighty, let's roll film. Alrighty, finally got that fire going nice and hot. Man, I'm surprised those Boy Scouts stopped by and let me rub them together to get this fire going. But oh man, I'm glad they did. It's about 18 degrees outside. And look at that cauldron just bubbling away. I can definitely make some nice hot coffee with that. Or even some tea. Wait, what's that noise? Oh, hey there you awesome bipeds, quadrupeds, and even the occasional dinosaur. Welcome to my little corner of the internet up here in Alaska. My name is Little Wolf, and this is my den. Oh, where are my manners? Come on in, but please, wipe off your paws, your claws, and your shoes, please. And have a seat by the fire. I was just unpacking some of my things since this is a new den to me. And that explains why there isn't too much for you to sit around on, but hopefully soon that'll change. But I do have my little portable DVD player and a nice collection of movies. And I do have some of my favorite books here with me also. I definitely love R.L. Stine. He was always one of my favorites when I was growing up. I also have a couple of the Aaron Hunter Warrior books also. And Warrior Cats are definitely a good thing to read about. If you haven't read any of those, I highly recommend them. But let's see here. I did find my movie collection. Let's see which ones I do have. I have the first 4 Nightmare on Elm Street movies. And a good one for this time of year, Gremlins. And Krampus. I can definitely have a good holiday season with those ones. Ready Player One, which is definitely one of my favorite ones because I am definitely a gamer wolf. And I would love for something like that to come to be. Zombieland. Definitely a favorite of mine. And zombies are definitely my favorite horror movie monster. It goes all the way back to being a little kid. And my first dream I remember was in black and white. And I think that was because of watching things like Night of the Living Dead, and the Vampire Bat, and The Brain That Wouldn't Die. Oh my god, there are so many good ones out there that you could find. And if you definitely don't know some of those ones, I highly recommend that you look them up. Let's see what else we have here. Stand By Me, which is definitely a great Stephen King movie. And I could even do a Stephen King marathon at some point. Somewhere around here I have The Mist, and The Stand. And I have Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 of It. And also the original It. I could definitely do a Stephen King marathon. I could even do a quick little marathon of the Tomb Raider movies. I have Part 1 and Part 2. And who doesn't like looking at Angelina Jolie? And one I watched the other night, which was Paul. Definitely a really good one. Let's see here. And definitely Scooby-Doo. which is definitely one of my favorite cartoons. Any movie with a talking dog, or just a dog in general, are definitely some of my favorite movies. And that comes to mind one of my favorite cartoons, which is a Goofy movie. And I saw that movie, I believe, 3 times in one day. I went to the early show, the regular showing, and the late show, all in one day. And I learned that movie inside and out. Ooh, here's kind of a newer one, Happy Death Day, which is definitely a fun movie where it's like, Groundhog's Day, but with horror. And I could definitely go into a lot more of that later on. Ooh, another zombie movie, 28 Days Later. Definitely a good one. There's The Stand, which I had mentioned before. Oh, and just forewarning, I am a wrestling geek, and I do love wrestling. I remember, I think it was when I was about 11 years old, somewhere around there. I was flipping through the channels, and I came across what I saw was a really tall man dressed in black, and another man that was half naked, and they were standing in front of a coffin and talking and arguing. And next thing I knew, the really tall guy had his hand slammed into the coffin, and then he started dragging the coffin behind him, chasing the other man. I later found out that this was Jake the Snake Roberts and The Undertaker. But from then on I was hooked on wrestling. And I could get into that too. But I still gotta unpack a lot of this stuff. I love going through some of this stuff and just seeing what I have. And I would like to go through some of it with you guys. What would you guys think about that? I love movies, and I love talking about movies. I even love talking about books. And so, I would like to just invite you guys here more often and have a sit down and just to chat with me about anything. Movies, books, podcasts. Oh my god, and podcasts. If you guys have not checked into the Week in Horror, something is definitely wrong. That needs to be remedied right away. And there are other fun ones like Hillbilly Horror Stories, where they talk about all the different monsters that are found throughout the world, and not just in America. And there's also Monster Talk, which is kind of like that one, but it takes a more skeptical view of it, and it would definitely be a fun one for you to check out. Oh man, just so much to go through. And I might not be able to do it all now, but it's definitely something I could work on doing later on in the future. What do you guys think? What are your favorite movies? What are your favorite TV shows? One of my other favorite things that I love to do is listen to audio dramas. I love X-1. That is such a good sci-fi series. Oh man, definitely spent many hours listening to some of those stories. And I definitely love the macabre type stories. I love the Twilight Zone, and especially how they have the radio plays of that, and the TV show. And speaking of TV shows, there's always Tales from the Crypt, which was definitely one of my favorites. And the little weird spin-off of the cartoon series, Tales from the Crypt Keeper. Isn't it just kind of weird how they would even take adult-themed stuff and turn it into a cartoon? I mean, they even did that with The Toxic Avenger, which is a really rare movie from Troma, and some might know it, and some don't. But good lord, it was such a violent movie, and they sat there and thought, hey, this would be a good idea for a kid's TV show. Yeah, right. And then they even took one like RoboCop, which, if anybody's seen that one, is definitely a good one to watch. And they turned that one into a cartoon also. I might have to try and dig some of those up. Oh man, so many memories. Just leafing through all of this stuff. And look at me, just kind of blabbering away. I'm sorry. I'm not really used to entertaining people. I'm used to going out into the community and hanging out with you fine folks. Hanging out in the chats and listening to debates, or dumpster fires however they come across, or even playing games with my little group as the Derp Squirrels, where we play Cards Against Humanity, and even Among Us. And oh my god, that is such a fun time. And I love making all of my weird little quips and jokes and things like that for people. And I have a good friend of mine named Bun Bun, who I always look forward to her telling me to shut up, or that just stupid. But anytime I can make people laugh or smile, I definitely feel like I've made their day better. And I've definitely been told that I make people's days better by just hanging out in the chat, which kind of surprised me because I'm just there typing away, making weird comments to people, and I love it. And I'm so glad that you guys had accepted me into the little groups that you have. Oh man. It was only this summer that I had just started hanging out into the chats. I'd been watching videos for a long time on the internet about debunking the flat earth. I had a friend of mine come out to me one year that he was a flat earther. I had seen on his Facebook page that he was posting up all of these different little memes and pictures about the flat earth. And I thought it was just a joke. And I finally got on the phone and talked to him, and no, he was dead serious about the world being flat. And I was like, good God, are you kidding me? And so, he asked me to watch a show, what was it, Dubé, oh yeah, Eric Dubé, and his 200 proofs. I watched that like 5 years ago now, and I'm still mourning for the death of my IQ points that I lost in that day. But I do thank him for that day, because without that, I wouldn't have found this community. I had to jump onto the internet and start digging through all of the different stuff to try and debunk it. And I came across a little known recorder named Red's Rhetoric. And if you don't know him, something's definitely wrong. But I found him talking to different flat earthers on his channel and just trying to go through math and trigonometry, basic trigonometry. But he would go through with them and try and explain to them how the different mathematics would work and how it would not work on a flat earth. And so I dug a little bit deeper, and I found him doing debates on a little known channel called Non Sequitur. And you know who I found there also? Team Skeptic. Oh my god. How'd they let that guy out of Texas? Nobody should let Skeletor out in a mankini. Never. And there was also another little known person who people think secretly is Batman, but I don't really think so. He spiked the flat earth, and I found them debating also on that show, and I subscribed to their channels. And slowly but surely I started finding all these other places with sit down with debunkers, and I found, let's see here, a little known one called the Black Site, and that's how I got into gaming, which is really odd too, because they were looking for people to play Among Us with, and I wasn't really too sure if I should jump on there and play or not. But I decided, why not? I downloaded the app onto my phone, and I jumped online with them. And you know what? That was about 50 days ago now. And we've become such a nice little family. I love Mama Raisin to death. She definitely makes sure that I get enough sleep and I've at least eaten once a day, or more. Shh, don't tell Mama. And then we have, of course, Chrismer, who's kind of the captain of the group. At least he would like to think so, but I'm not too sure. And then we have my friend the Hobbit, but you all know him as Batch. But he'll always be Hobbit to me, and he's definitely a really good friend of mine. But he would like to say he's no longer a Hobbit. He's shaved off his beard, and he cut his hair. But you know what? He will always be the Hobbit to me. But I love him. He's such an awesome guy. And of course, we have Psycho Bob, who's definitely a fun guy to have around. And he kind of reminds me of Scruffy, who's always around, but he's very loyal, and he loves the place. And like I mentioned before, my friend Bun Bun, who I always try and do my best to make laugh, which I hope I do with all of you. I definitely love knowing that I make you people laugh and smile, and just hope you have a good time. And that's what I want you guys to do here. Just to have a good time, relax, take a breath, get away from the craziness of the world for a little bit, even if it's just for 10 minutes. And you know what? I'll definitely do this more often. I just wanted to take a break and introduce myself just a little bit more to some of you. And, you know, I'm definitely a dog at heart. I was born in 1982, which is the year of the dog, so I love that so much. And my element in that is fire. No, wait, Fire is my daughter, but she's also a pup, because she was born in 2006. My element was water, and that goes along with my other sign too, which is Pisces. So if you put it together, I'm a dogfish. Oh man, that definitely makes me laugh every time I think about it. And it was one of my exes that gave me the nickname Dog, which has kind of stuck with me throughout the years with my street family. And there are very specific reasons for that, and some of you out there know what those are, and I won't get into them now. And then, with the name Little Wolf, I got that from another friend of mine who's a Pisces. I wound up being homeless for a little bit and had to spend time down at the shelter. I had a friend of mine named Dwayne, and like I said, he's a fellow Pisces, and we both worked in the kitchen together. And at that time, I always wore a husky hat all the time, and he just started calling me Little Wolf one day, and even eating at the corner at some points. I would be alone at first, and next thing I knew, slowly but surely, a handful of people just kind of gathered and started to congregate around me. And so he did dub me as a little alpha wolf, which I'm not sure if I am or not. But you know, hey, I like being a little wolf, and I love that I can have this persona out there in the interwebs. And it's fun to be a support dog for a lot of you. And there are some of you that I've talked to on when you've had your bad days and your good days, and I just like being there as an emotional support. I love it so much. This community has definitely gotten me through a lot of tough times. And I suffer from insomnia. So you know, I'm awake all the time. I usually get between 3 and 5 hours of sleep a night. And once or twice a week I'll wind up staying up for 24 hours at a time. And so being able to jump online and going into a stream and talking with you people has really helped me. And I'm so glad that I made so many good friends out there. And I'm glad you guys have accepted me into your group. And you know, that's kind of why I decided to accept you into my little den. It's small, but it works. And you know, there's always a fire going, and there'll always be hot water. There'll be coffee, and there'll be tea. There'll be laughter. There might be some arguments every once in a while, but you know what? We're friends, we're adults, and we can work through all this. I love all of you so much. Thank you so much for allowing me to be in your groups. And a lot of you know who I'm talking about. And you know, I think I might end it here for now. But you know what? Tell me what you guys like. What kind of movies do you like? What kind of TV shows? What kind of books? What kind of podcasts? I'm always looking for something new to watch, or new to read, new to listen to. I always have to have something playing. I have my headphones on me all the time. So please, share in the chat, or share in the comments. Let me know what you like, or what would you like me to talk about. And I know this was kind of a short video, but it's just an introduction to who I am, and what you guys mean to me. The debunking community has definitely become a new family to me, and my gaming group is another new family which I couldn't make it each day without. And I love you guys so much, more than I could ever express. And thank you again for letting me become part of this little community that we have here. And you know, drop by anytime. Hit me up on Discord if you need to. And if you need that, just hit me up in chat and I'll show you where I am. I'm always here for an ear if you need one. I love you guys so much. You guys are definitely awesome. And please, like I said, don't hesitate to message me. I'm only a button away. I love you guys so much, and thank you. And as always, bye-bye, you awesome bipeds, and now quadrupeds, and even the occasional dinosaurs. But goodbye for now, and thank you for stopping by.